Hey, hey. Hello, hello. Welcome back. All right, so Saggies, let's go ahead and jump on in to the December message. And I just think it's nice because, December is the end of the year. So it's kind of a great time to start looking at how the year wraps up. There could be a lot of celebration, there could be a lot of different energies as we prepare to march into the next year. So we start with the energy of Ace of Swords, so some truth and clarity about what Sag wants for the future. Sag has some kind of ships coming in, and I'm wondering if this is not the acknowledgement that either maybe a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius recognizes that Sag deserves this, and they are either relinquishing it so that it can become Sag's, like passing the mantle onward to Sag, or there could be a really meaningful conversation in the month of December where somebody says, "I'm giving this to you, I'm sending this to you." It could also be, "I'm on my way to you." There could be a very important, very meaningful connection. Let me go ahead and get another here because I need another overview message. We have got the element of earth here. It feels like there's this huge amount of growth that has been sprouting seemingly from nothing, because we have the little mushrooms, and these little funguses have terrific properties to them, but they kind of tend to grow on soggy, well, sometimes dung heaps, things that seem unsavory, and yet it sprouts these wonderful little helpful fungi. And so it just kind of seems like there's been something in Saggy's life that has perhaps been, I don't know, maybe not what one would expect. Like, I almost feel as if they've done a lot of hard work for not a lot of thanks. And yet this is a month where it's going to yield kind of amazing results. This feels like something very humble, but very powerful. This feels like something that can be overlooked. It shouldn't be. It should be celebrated. And I almost feel like that's the way to describe, like, somebody has seen Saggy's value. They see all Saggy has done, and the rewards are coming into Sagittarius. Now, I look at the Three of Wands as 3 days to 3 months, but usually centering right around 3 weeks. So maybe in that third week of December, we have something really positive, some kind of celebratory, very tangible, very earthy gift. I don't know why, but I'm almost feeling like it's the gift of, like, property or location, or the gift of, maybe somebody is saying, all expenses paid trip, or maybe there's some kind of offering for Sag to either go somewhere, come somewhere, let me pay your fare on a cruise. We have a sailing ship. It almost feels like there is a tremendously beautiful gift coming in for this Sagittarius. And I feel like it's very well deserved. Maybe this is what Sag has wanted to manifest for themselves, but didn't really believe it would come through. With that Page of Cups sideways, this could actually be a gift from somebody who wants to give an apology, and they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to say, "I'm sorry that maybe I got it wrong," or "I'm sorry that maybe I overlooked you," or "I'm sorry that maybe you've worked really hard without the correct kind of pay, but can we make it up to you with this offer?" It could be that someone doesn't know how to say sorry, so they're doing something. But I really feel like this is all better than an apology. Honestly, this kind of ships coming in, this kind of reward energy, this kind of positive flow, this is going to be way better. It's more value. It's more, I don't know. I really think that this is a combination of gifts from the divine combined with gifts maybe from someone who would like to express the words that they didn't say. So they're doing it with more than words. Tell me more about this. We have the Sun, we have the Empress. This keeps getting better and better. Feels like the month of December has Sag really stepping into more of the sunlight, the spotlight, and I'd say it is about damn time because we got the sundial here. So very, very timely. Just like that Three of Wands, that's also a tip of the hat to a timeline here. This feels like whatever this is, Sag is going to finally like have access to, give birth to in their life, have success, have a rise of something lovely in their life. It could be it could be the beginning of the next chapter of their life. Two major arcana. I almost feel like even in the month of December, it's going to be very bright. The sun is going to shine very, very brightly. Now, this could be a divine masculine who has a pretty huge offer for a divine feminine. If Sag has either had an idea about something like in business that they wanted to bring forth, this might be the time where it all clicks into place. This could be the time where they gain a lot of support for this. If this is Sag having been like a parental figure, it could be that maybe they have a son, and their son suddenly like really rises and has a lot of gratitude for what their mother or father Sagittarius did for them to help them. It just feels like we keep seeing accolades, we keep seeing a positive turn of events again and again. And I do feel like all of this is very, 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 very long overdue. What about in matters of love? We've got an Eight of Wands sideways. This is Saggy's energy. Sag is either in between wanting to talk to somebody and not wanting to talk to somebody. They could also be in the midst of exiting one kind of romantic conversation and starting a new romantic conversation. Again, we have the Empress here. I almost feel like the month of December has Sag, if they had a relationship that had pretty much wound down and Sag has already kind of exited the scene, but they were still being friends with somebody, I almost think that the reality of what that relationship has cooled down into and kind of lost steam and is not really a relationship at all, that has become very apparent to Sag because they already were exiting, right? They're even here, they're halfway out the door. This is on Sag's behalf that things have been ending, but it's not going to be long because as we walk through one door, we walk right into a new one, space. And I have to say, Sag could be caught by surprise. You notice that our Empress is in the midst of dressing, and it's like, whoa, I didn't expect to meet somebody new right now. We have Sag coming out as the Empress twice, so really strong Libra Taurus energy in this storyline surrounding Sag. So maybe those are other placements or something in this Saggy's chart. But we have a Nine of Pentacles. They're like, I'm just now single, like as in 35 minutes ago. I just literally, closed out a conversation or had my final cup of coffee with an ex-lover of mine, and we've just agreed to, wish each other well, and maybe we'll catch up sometime next year, but we're not like in a relationship. I'm truly single. And you notice that Sag is almost like, what is this? Somebody calls out to them or, hoots out their name or something. I feel like Sag is going to go from one ending to a sudden new blossoming of potential relationship, maybe with a Pisces, maybe with someone that they don't know where it's going to go, but it does seem like a new and exciting mystery. I don't know if Sag is receiving flowers from somebody or if they don't quite know what to think of that, but there's a blooming yellow rose here. So kind of starting out maybe with a little bit more friendship vibe, but there's actually roses all over the place. And we can see a kind of a shocked but delighted expression. And then it's like, but what does this mean? Like, I'm barely single. Why am I hearing somebody interested in me now when I've only been single for 52 minutes? It feels like that kind of vibe on this. It's mysterious. I don't know if Sag knows what to make of it. Ooh, it's passion. Okay, so we have the Devil energy, and this is a very sensual, palace. I don't know if Sag is going to end up waking up with somebody and somebody who has arched doorways or something, but it feels like, I don't know why that green emerald there is not making me think of gems and rubies and stones, but it actually makes me think of like a green beverage, maybe like a holiday tinted colored green beverage of sorts or something. But it almost feels like Sag could surprisingly end up in a lover's connection, a very passionate connection that they might be like, this is not a good idea, but I'm falling into temptation here. It feels very very much around the holidays, like a holiday party or something. So Sag should probably be mindful if they, you know, want to not get caught up in temptation. We do have gold and ruby little images here as well. Like almost looks like it could be fancy jewelry or decorations, and the red. So we've got the red, the green, the gold. It feels very, very holiday-esque. But I feel like is maybe Sag is going to a holiday party single and they're stunned that somebody's hitting on them, that now that it's been said that they're single, it could be somebody that they never expected was attracted to them, or there was none of that energy. Something changes in the energy between Sag and another person. And I feel like it becomes passion and temptation almost immediately. I feel like somebody reveals how they feel, and this could really shock and surprise Sag. But it feels like they really respect Sag at the same time. I just think it goes from 0 to 100 really, really, really fast, possibly in the month of December. Princess of Cups. It feels like the excitement of this takes off like a rocket, but then there's going to have to be some backtracking and even like some apologies. Gosh, I'm sorry that we moved so fast. Like we really should, maybe now start the dating process now that we've, had a declaration of passion. Hey, should we maybe start slow and get to know each other? There's like some pearls of wisdom to be gained in all this, but I almost feel like it's an interesting like leapfrog energy where it's like Sag is single, they let go of something, and then almost immediately they find themselves in kind of like a pseudo relationship, but I think it's more passion based, and then they have to go backwards and get to know that person better. It just says this could be a month where there's a lot of unexpected positives showing up in Saggy's life. I mean, we see their ships coming in. We see them getting more recognized. We see I still keep feeling like this is somebody's son or daughter who's like really showering Sag with some unexpected appreciation. I feel like that keeps coming up. Unexpected appreciation throughout the month. Unexpected attraction. The Sag didn't know somebody was attracted to them. All of this feels like it takes Sag kind of like, wow, by surprise. Okay, give me anything that's an obstacle maybe for the month of December. We have a Queen of Pentacles. We have a Six of Wands. An obstacle here could be that, okay, so Sag has a lot of good unexpected twists and turns this month, but in this story, we also have someone who appears to be very pure, but could be highly competitive with Sag. I don't know if this is a Queen of Pentacles who has like a lot of stability in their own life, but they like to win, even if they seem like that's not what they're all about. Ooh, they like to win. And I almost feel like there could be an argument or a subtle, like, somebody wants to come out as the winner in like a romantic situation, or I want someone's eyes to be on me instead of on Sag. That could be a bit of an obstacle. This is kind of an odd energy here because this person already has plenty, but they still want to be successful in another way. And somehow that need seems like it's a bit of a blockage or an obstacle for Sag. So I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or if this is somebody who is just trying to be in competition with Sag. That's never super fun to have like the competition, especially when it's like unexpected or when it's downplayed. And it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure that this is them needing to win, but they're not admitting it. So it's a hard, thing to wrap one's head around. We have a 10 of Pentacles. It's weird because that edge of competition could actually come from somebody that Sag should be able to rely on. I mean, heck, if Sag is having a lot of good turn of events throughout the month of December, maybe this is actually like somebody who cares about them, a friend or something, but that friend is becoming competitive. It's somebody who should be an ally, somebody who Sag should be able to rely on, but instead there's some energy of, I need more success than I already have. It's just that that's not what Sag would have expected. So that could be an obstacle. You notice that the eyes on this kitty cat are kind of wide, like, I'm so surprised. This is so not what I thought was going to happen. I didn't know we were going to be out for number one all of a sudden. I thought we were like a team, or I thought we were friends. That could be a bit of a shocker. Let me see. What's the best message in regards to that? Once again, Sag needs to just sit in the energy of the Empress. Don't let it ruffle Sag. Don't. If somebody is feeling competitive, let me put it this way. Queens have not yet graduated to becoming empresses, just like kings haven't yet graduated to becoming emperors. There is a bit of an unintentional pecking order, and they might simply want to aspire to be more like Sag, even though it could come across as low-key, competition. But as long as Sag continues to hold themselves in that amazing Empress energy. Empress energy is where, of course, I want people to become their best self, nurture, grow. You do you. That's awesome. Good for you. She's not going to get dragged into competition because, frankly, she's above the competition. So remembering that is really important. The Sag has come out 3 times in this storyline as an Empress. So I'm just going to say there is some serious divine feminine energy and a huge amount of energy of growth. And I do think, just like lots of times, our moms and dads are underappreciated for, what they do and how they protect us. I kind of feel like sometimes that we have those moments where we're like really appreciative of our, moms and dads and the people that really help us get to where we are in life. And I almost feel like this is the energy of Sag is like a major, matriarch or patriarch, or Sag is coming across as somebody who has all this wisdom and they've done a ton to help others, and it's finally their time to be appreciated. But they have to appreciate themselves too. I think that's a really strong message in here. Sag has to really appreciate who they are also. Let's get one final message and wrap this up. Cleaning it up. Card number 21. So in the realm of Saggy's life, I think that this is a great time to not only just like tidy up one's house and tidy up one's energy, but clean up any of the, if Sag has not really had a super easy time in a while, this is them finally having a turn of good fortune. It's time that they kind of brush off any lingering doubts about their value. It's time that they really, maybe even take good care of themselves for a change. They've been nurturing everybody else. Now they get to nurture themselves in this month. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye, Saggies.